welcome to the instructional video on how to understand the whole. So in our first example here, the question asks if the two squares equals 1/2, then what is the whole? So here, it's the very simple fraction. We have the two squares. If the two squares equal 1/2, then we'll need to multiply 2 times 2 to get the whole. So 2 times 2 equals 4. So therefore, the whole is 4 squares. And that's the most simplest way to explain the whole to a student who is just probably learning fractions. In our second example, it's a little bit harder than this. If these dots here, which is a total of 4 of them, 12, there's 3 groups of 4 dots. And I explained that here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dots, 3 groups. So if we have 4 dots in one of the 3 groups, that would make it 1/4. So if we have 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, that would be 3/4, which we get right here. So if all of these are 3/4, all we need to do is add another row of 4 dots, and then we'll have our 1. Because if we have one column of 4 dots, 2 columns of 4 dots, 3 columns of 4 dots, so right there is our 3/4 that we saw earlier. If we have another one, we have 4 columns of 4 dots, so therefore there's our 4/4. So that would be our whole right here. And another simple way to explain the whole is in the brownie cutting example I have here. So here we have on the bottom a whole brownie. If we need to share this whole brownie between 4 people, we'll need to cut it into 4 pieces. So each piece is one of the 4 pieces where we're getting our 1/4. So therefore, one piece of the brownie is 1/4 in this case. But the more people, the larger that number will get. So if we needed to cut it into 6 pieces, then that would be 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, and so on. Now another example here we have is a hexagon equals 3/2. So right here we have a improper fraction where the top number is larger than the bottom number. So what we do is we take the hexagon. So we have the hexagon right here, and it equals 3/2. So here we're going to figure out what our whole is if the hexagon equals 3/2. So if you divide 3 divided by 2, you get the answer of 1.5. And 1.5 is equivalent to 1 1/2. So now we know that the whole hexagon is equal to 1 1/2. So if we have the hexagon 1 1/2, all we need to do is split the hexagon into 3 1/2 pieces. So I did that here on this other sheet right here. I cut it into 3 halves. Here's 1 half, another half, and the third half. So the 3 halves right there equals the 3 halves we have right here. And if we shade 2 of those halves, 2 over 2 equals 1. So therefore, 2 shaded halves of this hexagon is a whole. And then we're left with 1 shaded piece, unshaded piece that equals 1 half. So therefore, here we get our 3 halves. Or your 1 whole and another half, which would be the 1.5, which is equal to the 1 and the 1 halves that we explained earlier. And another last way to explain this is we have this shape right here, the 2 triangles equal 1/3. So if the 2 triangles equal 1/3, then this will be our whole. If you look at our whole here, you'll see the 2 sets of triangles. So 3/3 is 1 whole. And you can see that here. 1/3 and 2/3 and 3/3. If you combine them all together, you get this shape, which is our whole. I hope this explained well, and thank you for watching.